What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Let's go ahead and I'm going to talk about something very simple when it comes down to the specific ETF that I'm currently swing trading. I made one mistake this morning, and I'm going to give it a couple seconds just to make sure that everyone is tuned in. I'm going to say my statement, and then I'm just going to dedicate the rest of the, probably 25 minutes to breaking down quality stocks that are actively trending up that we have left to invest in for, today, tomorrow, and then Friday as well. So once you guys can all hear me, can you guys give me a thumbs up, just ensuring me that everything is good to go? Let me know when everything is set up. And I would love to, get started. So let me know. Let me know when we're good. We're good to go? Okay. All right, sounds good. So my mistake for the day. And let me tell you why it is that I did this. I did not cover profits. So yesterday I bought in at what's my average? So right now on my overall position, I'm down $331 on you guys. That's not even an issue, right? The reason I say that that's not an issue is because there's no break of pattern on you guys, but an area of opportunity that I messed up on, and I caught it, and I knew that I was going to make the mistake, and I wanted to use it as an example just in case I made the mistake. But one thing that I wanted to show you all was I'm going to have to increase my screen and stuff like that just so you guys can see my overall kind of like the screenshot that I'm going to be sharing with you. And again, this is all based on experience and what I wanted to show you that, that I make mistakes almost every single time, right? But they're like smaller mistakes now. They're not as detrimental, right? If you guys could see right here, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see, but it shows $543 profit. That was on my UGAS position. That was on my UGAS position this morning, just a couple minutes ago, and it was when it did this double top here at around $64. I knew I should have what's it called, covered profits. Again, and this is just why the reason that I did not cover profits was because I have like kind of like FOMO, right? The fear of missing out, because I see a lot of swing trade potential, right? And based on if I were to, sell where it is that peaked out at, that would have been 2.2% when it offers like anywhere from like what was that, like 7 to 8% left margin of profit, right? And I had FOMO, no question about that. I saw it, I saw the potential, I saw the double top, I saw that I saw it getting rejected, and I still didn't cover profits. Again, no one goes broke by covering profits, right? And this conservative style could have allowed me to cover profits here, made the $500, right? Made the $500 after selling where it is that I could have sold at this price point, waited for the sell-off, waited again for the break above the EMA, just as it's about to do right now, and then I can capitalize on all this margin once again, make another $500, $600, ending the day at over $1,000 profit with just one simple pattern. But why didn't I? The fear of missing out. I saw a lot of swing trade potential, and I didn't want to. I wanted to be a little bit more laid back and kind of let it play out the way that I expected it to do. Right now, it's doing just fine. It's now starting to show signs of an uptrend. Great. This could have been a great entry point for myself to have later sold for a profit, right? The 2% that I made, I could have made another 2%, another $500, and I could have, just it's a small little mistake that I could have done a little bit better on. Do I think that I 100% like ruined my potential for what's it called, like, is there a break of pattern or anything like that I see? No, it's nothing like that. If anything, I mean, I still see it consolidating right around $62. It did break a little bit below 62. I was on high alert when I saw that it broke below that, but I saw it really start to consolidate and really try to catch at around $62. Now it's starting to reverse back up, and it's all part of the game, right? And now the EMA line is catching up. It's looking a little bit more attractive in that sense. But when it comes down to now this margin of profit from where it's at right now to about the $68 resistance, I'm going based off of the previous resistance. As you can see, it's about 8.45%. I still find the pattern to be relevant. I still personally see value in it. If you don't see value in it, simply don't trade it. But that's why I'm still planning on swing trading it. So I just want to share that with you. We do have that natural gas report tomorrow at about 10:30, if I'm not mistaken. That's 10:30 Central Standard Time, if right? Yeah, no, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to be. I'm going to be back in Arizona later tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And other than that, that is really just it. Congrats to all those that were able to lock in profits that were not, you know, greedy, right? And for all those that are kind of like in the same boat with me, it's just an area of opportunity. This is just a perfect example, like, you know, yesterday when I covered profits right away on what's it called? Uh, when I covered profits right away on DGAS because I saw that there was a break of pattern, right? You know, DGAS could have continued easily going up or down, and you know, I just covered profits. I wanted to stay green. It was $9. It was like pretty much nothing, right? But the biggest thing is, you know, just staying focused and making sure that you know, if you see that potential break of pattern or some form of risk like adding on, again, my conservative style is just like, okay, like I don't want to like ruin my consistency. I don't want to invest in something that I'm not fully comfortable with. And you know, just a little area of opportunity. Could have covered profits, could have bought back into the dip, or I could have bought back in if it continued to make higher highs. I just the biggest thing I just didn't want to be buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, because I know a lot of you don't have that ability because of the PDT rule, and I didn't want to be someone that was like, you know, covering profits and then it sells off and then buying, selling, and then, you know, because it just isn't as realistic. And again, the reason that I continue to do this as much as I do is to show and to try to be a perfect example for all of you. And if I do something that you guys can't do, then it almost doesn't, you know, relate, right? But again, I have to lead by example when it comes down to covering profits and consistency, and I think that could relate to everyone. So my apologies on that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and just start breaking down. Okay, B. McCarthy. I thought it did. I posted it. Oh no, this is for Tech Buds. In the announcement section. Yeah, it's in the announcement section. You might be talking about the one that I posted yesterday. I erased them from here, and then they're all available in the morning live chat after this. So yeah, I'm actually gonna close out this just because it makes it a little bit more of a delay, I think. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna dedicate the rest of the Ricky. Purple Rose, Ricky, you keep this retired lady motivated. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah. But can you guys, well, with my explanation that I had on, what's it called, on UGAS and why it is that I wish I would have covered profits, like, does that example all make sense? I just want to make sure that that all makes sense to all of you before moving on. And if you guys want me to elaborate or explain anything, please feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to do so. Something's going on with my charts. All right, well, LABD. So support resistance. What's going on, Irvin? What's going on, Devin? Devin, I just got your screenshot. I think I just screenshotted your profits for the day. I'm gonna be shouting you out on Instagram today. So congrats. I think you covered a little bit over $1,000 profit. So I'm happy to see that. Saw the double top two, too slow to cover. LOL. Yeah, no, I got you on that. Yep. Okay, let's start breaking them down. Looks like you guys just want to get straight to the point. I think one of the callouts was LABD. LABD, looking at the 180-day analysis, again, strong downward pattern. Looking at the overall direction of the company or the direction of the ETF, still on the 20-day analysis, strong downward pattern. It looks like it just last time we were treating it, you know, it was showing signs of an uptrend, and then we called it a sell, right? That's why we were covering profits, and now it's selling back off again. Personally, with my honest opinion, because of this strong descending pattern and it recently getting rejected, I think that it does have potential to continue to descend. So I would focus more of my attention on over to LABU, which is the one that's more actively trending up. So as long as we can get close to or near to this EMA indicator, and it continues to stay, you know, above the EMA indicator, then I think that, you know, based on previous patterns, like, you know, with these pullback confirmations that it gets, as long as you're trending above, you know, this EMA indicator, then either on the 1 hour chart or on the 4 hour chart for the 180-day or the 20-day. I think you should be pretty good for a swing trade. If you see a break of pattern or you see it pulled in back, don't be afraid to cover profits. Again, let's remember that. So again, let's focus on quality callouts if we can, team. Yeah, let's just make sure that we don't call out just anything. Again, we have 3 days left today and 2 others to make sure that we stay green and stay consistent, and let's not overtrade, right? So let's make sure that the callouts stay consistent and that they're, not just something that that they're the best absolute stock that we can invest in right now. So right now, this is JCP is a descending pattern. I personally don't like descending patterns. I wouldn't suggest any new member to do this. But yes, I do see the pattern where it shows like this reversal pattern. It gets rejected by the EMA indicator. We've talked about the SMA indicator. We've talked about this one multiple times before. Yes, I do find it somewhat attractive if you know how to trade it. I would not recommend it for new traders whatsoever, just because it's aggressively descending, and it's already more on the overbought side anyways, so I don't find it to be one of the best deals anyways. So yeah, thank you again for calling it out though, Jason. Okay, Bradley, I'll go ahead and I'll explain that in just a bit. So he's talking about the natural gas reports and how I think that that's going to be affected tomorrow. I mean, we've talked about it multiple times. It's the same pattern as of right now. Again, I still would not feel necessarily comfortable holding it, knowing my luck if I hold it while a natural gas report, although it's been very bullish for natural gas and UGAS. With my luck, if I end up holding it, it's going to end up popping right back down. So I'd rather just not risk it. And just cover, right? If I'm down, I'm down. If I'm up, and keep it like that. So I still don't plan to hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert here around 1325. It's still actively trading down, no signs of an uptrend just yet, so I get why it is that you're calling it out, but as of right now, I like the consistent uptrend pattern. Just know that it did recently fall below the SMA line, but as of right now, it's descending. It is trying to catch a support right around $13. So it'd be nice to see a potential reversal. First resistance at about 14, and then the following one potentially around 15 as it continues to try to make higher highs. So thank you again for calling it out. No, Donna, it doesn't overheat my MacBook. Although I do have very little space, I try to clean up my MacBook as much as I can. And same thing with my iMac, or my my iMac, my desktop Apple computer. That one does. I have like an upgraded like processor and all that stuff just so it can function a little bit better. But no, as of right now, it doesn't really do that for me. Ticker symbol, so Irvin, ticker symbol MT. So ticker symbol MT is showing signs of an uptrend as of right now. Do you see why I think it might look a little bit on the overextended side? I would like to wait for a little bit more of a pullback confirmation. I definitely see why it is, this cup formation, why it is that you see potential. I would like to still try to get closer to get a better deal, right? And as of right now, it wouldn't necessarily be the best deal. So just taking that into consideration, and then also the overall resistance at around $36, which I'm sure it's something that you called out. So yeah, amazing. Really happy to see that you're really improving your technical analysis, and yeah. Cough just blew my ears out. I'm so sorry. Let's get unbranded. And thank you guys again for all the messages of just because I've been a little sick recently. I've been on my travels. It's kind of hard to eat better. Yesterday was like an absolute horrible day when it came down to eating, and I'm running on like I think 2 or 3 hours of sleep. But I'll be catching up on some sleep hopefully on the plane, and then once I get back home, I need to change my routine. So we're definitely going to be doing that. So thank you again, guys, for all the support on that. Really do appreciate it. So EMA line actively pointing up. Showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Overall resistance right around $15. I think that this is an amazing call out. I think I want to give a shout out to Matt Santana. He's actually the one, the reason that I brought this one up. He's the one that exposed me, if I'm not mistaken, to this stock. I talked about it 1 or 2 weeks ago because of him. And oh, there we go. You guys just broke above 62.53, showing signs of an uptrend. And again, missed opportunity on why I could have done that dip buy. but it's showing signs of an uptrend. I would still try to get to as close to as possible to that EMA indicator. Just keep it consistent. If you see value in the pattern, make sure that you understand the pattern so you understand the difference of a break of pattern and a pullback. And as long as you understand that and you're adding more to your position as it continues to confirm the uptrend, then I think that you guys should be pretty good on this one. Thank you again, Matt. Thank you again, my man Jeffrey Cox. What's going on, Jeffrey? I hope you're having an amazing day. But yeah, great call out. Thank you again. Do I think that drip is going to pull back? Well, based on previous patterns for drip has been, getting rejected. The only thing as of right now, drip has been consolidating for quite some time. So I do think that it might pull back a little bit. I don't know how much it is that drip has pushed up intraday or within the past couple of days. Let's see. It definitely did push up. It definitely looks overextended, so it shows more of a peak formation. And do you see the previous resistance right around here? Again, don't second guess yourself. And when you see there to be a break of pattern, you have to understand what is it you're investing in. So first of all, I'm not going to tell you where to buy or where to sell or where to cut losses, right? But one thing that I do want to tell you, Scott, is you could have simply taken a step back, looked at relevant patterns, and seen wow, drip is on the 180-day chart showing signs of a potential reversal. Let me look at it intraday, right, or within the past couple of days. Does it look overextended or overbought? Is it going to continue this uptrend pattern, or what's most likely going to happen? Right now, all you should be thinking about is trying to minimize loss or cover profits altogether, right? So you could see that based on previous patterns, this is a resistance. I would set your alerts for the break above 730, and if there is any pullback, just any pullback to around the middle view up or even to the overall support right around 689, I would consider the idea of just getting out, trying to minimize overall loss or breaking even, right? As of right now, this is kind of the margin that I see right here. This is something that you need to do. You should have seen the overall direction of drip, not just think that, okay, Gush has been bullish, so I'm going to invest in Gush, because there's been almost a change of pattern within the past couple of days, and you can see that by doing a simple analysis by looking at the different time frames. So let's make sure that we take that into consideration before taking your next position, that you do a little bit more in-depth analysis, not just on the 1 day 1 minute chart, but on the 20-day 1 hour chart, on the 180-day 4 hour chart, to view the overall direction of whatever it is that you are investing in, to ensure that you understand the direction of that specific equity, right? And as long as you do that, I think that you should be on a much, should have a much better understanding if you're getting a good deal or if it's not something to potentially invest in, just because it's either bullish or bearish. So I hope that makes sense. But again, great call out. DSLV, what's going on, Emil? DSLV, so I'm going to look at this 180-day analysis. DSLV is showing signs of a huge sell-off. No signs of a reversal just yet. Yes, it is showing signs of, a potential being close to or near to the support. That's great and all. No signs of a reversal. So if you're going to go in right now, do I think DSLV will end up reversing back up? Of course I do. Do I think it's a good buy right now? No, I don't. Why? Because there's no indication for a reversal, right? You could see the low points, right, drawing a very low support, and it's pretty close, right? It's becoming more on the oversold side, no question about that. You can see the high points, right, around $25, so it's built this margin. So let's be smart, let's be consistent, let's be conservative, and make sure that we wait for the confirmation. And if you want to get in right now, first of all, I wouldn't suggest it, but if I were to get in right now, what I would do is I would do the average up approach. I would just, to get my foot in the door, maybe take a 20% position of what my normal position is, and then continue to add more to my position as it confirms the uptrend, not as it continues to sell off. Did you guys see that with UGAS, although it sold off, right? Although it actually just pulled back a little bit. So it would make more sense for me if I wanted to buy more right now as it's reversing back up, rather than as it was selling off and below the EMA line, and I know that it's bleeding, to try to add more to my position to keep my average price down. The average price is irrelevant when you're investing in something that's descending, because that is exactly the opposite of what you want to do. So one thing that my average price right now, how much is it that I'm down? So I'm down about $163. Again, not a big deal. It's less than 1% from my initial position. And again, think about the percentage, not necessarily the dollar value. What's my average price again? 62.64. Okay. So 62.64, so somewhere around that area. And overall the price, so I'm down a little bit less than 1%, right? It would make more sense to add more to my position as it's confirming an uptrend, and as it breaks above the middle VWAP, it holds above the EMA and all that good stuff. As it's reversing back up, that would make more sense because it's showing an indication of an uptrend pattern. It would not make sense to add more to your position as it continues to descend. I know we've talked about this multiple times. I'm just giving you a friendly reminder on why it's so important to not do that. You kept saying tomorrow for the natural gas report, and I'm overthinking it. Appreciate that, Bobby. Thank you, thank you. What was that ticker? Oh. Okay, so PANW has a very consistent uptrend pattern. I thought it said potato, so it's Palo Alto Network. I have heard of them. Very consistent uptrend pattern. Again, when is it a better time to buy? When it's closer, I believe, in my honest opinion, when it's closer to the SMA indicator, and then when it's showing more signs of a potential reversal. So as of right now, it is selling off. It's not necessarily a good buy. I do think that it does have the potential for a potential consolidation right around $200. We'll see the EMA line start catching up with it, and then we'll probably see it break above the EMA line at around maybe around 205, closer around that price point, and then it's going to be most likely trying to make higher highs and stuff like that. So I do like the call out. I do like how it's been consistently uptrending, and showing signs of an uptrend. So what's going on, Acacia? Hope you're having a good day. Sweet, sweet. What's going on, Jeffrey? Thank you again. TKR. Again, TKR is actively trending down, showing no signs of an uptrend. I'm not even going to spend time, Raul, who is that? William, I'm not even going to spend time showing or talking about this. It's showing signs of a descending pattern. Raul's calling out ticker symbol X. Ticker symbol X showing more signs of consolidation. It's not showing signs of it being a good buy, right? It can potentially bounce closer near to the SMA indicator, but as of right now, I don't view it as a good deal. So, is it the best deal that I can get out of everything that I'm potentially investing in? In my honest opinion, no. Okay, so Margarita, thank you again for joining the group. I can see that you're new, but please make sure that next time, every single time that you call something out, it has to be in the call out format. Also, I would encourage you, if you are not aware of the call out format, it's probably because you have not completed the entire course. If you can do me the biggest favor, for all new members, that is one of the biggest recommendations before you start calling out or actively trading with real money. Please complete the entire course to make sure that you complete and understand the overall course material, as we do cover a bunch of FAQs. CDTX. So CDTX, yeah, definitely showing signs of an uptrend pattern. I definitely see why it is that you see value in it. I do see a potential resistance right around $6 as it was acting as an old support, right? Old support levels can become new resistance levels. I think it's going to take some time for consolidation, and then we're either going to see if it's going to break and continue to uptrend, so we can set alerts there, or if it's going to break below the EMA line and then continue to downtrend. So it's something that we'll have to follow up with, so make sure that you set your alerts on that, Margarita. Appreciate that. Thank you again, Alexander. So, what are your thoughts on your average down strategies? I just so Nadaman, I'm not too sure if you just saw that. I actually have a video in the course as well that explains like how I average up, and I don't like to. If I do average down, it's the way that I just explained it, when it's actually reversing back up and showing signs of an uptrend. I don't think it's a smart idea to add more to your position when it continues to downtrend. So I joined your group a week ago. I can tell you that it was the best investment. Sweet. Really happy to hear that. Thank you. Of course, Amel, thank you again for the call out. I'm not too sure why these things are being rejected. I'm not rejecting any of the messages, so I hope none of you guys are getting offended. Let's actually check out, I actually wanted to follow up with this on BBY. BBY showing signs again of an uptrend, overall resistance right around the SMA indicator. I do think that it can continue to uptrend, and then with these following resistance. So we've broken this one down before, so you guys are more than welcome to check out the previous, you know, what's it called, morning live chats. But one thing that you can see is that last time when it did this, again, looking at previous patterns, it pushed up, it consolidated right around the SMA line and the EMA line, and then it started to push up and continue that uptrend pattern. So make sure that you understand the characteristics and the movement of how BBY reacts to the EMA indicator and the SMA indicator, and the overall movement of the pullbacks and stuff like that. Become familiar with it so you don't become overwhelmed when it comes down to it pulling back and you thinking, oh my god, it's breaking pattern. No, it's just a characteristic of something like of Best Buy, right? So let's just make sure that we take that into consideration. JDST. So JDST, actually, JDST is right now more, bearish. I got the confirmation today that /GC started to show signs more of an uptrend. And I think that's why we see that JNEG is showing more signs of an uptrend. So it's definitely, as of right now, especially for the next couple of days, I do want to focus a little bit more of my attention on over to JNEG as it's more actively trending up. It's very easy to see that. So again, not forcing the trade and making sure that we focus on what's actively trending up as of right now, with the underlying resistance at around 1441. And I think that it can make newer highs at around $14.50 to about almost $15. So it'll be something that we have to follow up with. Just keep a very close eye on the direction of /GC, which is the gold feature, which correlates on over to JNUG. Again, it's not an exact correlation. It doesn't always react exactly the same, but a majority of the time it does. Of course, thank you. HTZ. So a lot of these callouts, like LABU, wow, super happy to hear that. Masha, thank you again for sharing that. Hopefully I didn't blow your headphones or your ears in that one. But so as of right now, HTZ is trying to show signs of a reversal. I would be very on edge to say that this is a reversal, right? It's been very close to reversing multiple times before, and it continues to descend. Not only do I want to see a break above the EMA indicator on this one, but I want to start seeing it start breaking resistance levels. So I'm going to set my alert for the break above $16 and kind of just give it some time to consolidate and to really build up that reversal pattern. Just because as of right now, it's still in the rejection phase. And again, 3 different stages in reversal: rejection, consolidation, and then uptrend. And as of right now, I still see it in the rejection phase, not even the consolidation. We already talked about LABU, so JDST or DUST is the inverse of NUGT. TRVN. So TRVN as of right now, it is consolidating right around this SMA indicator. You can see right here, it is definitely consolidating, showing signs of potential uptrend. I would do the average up approach on this one. You can kind of see that it almost has low volume. Yeah, you can definitely see that. And the way that I'm able to see that, and this is something that you guys will become a little bit more familiar with, it's just looking at the actual candles themselves and seeing how, volatile they are. You'll be able to understand the characteristics in that. And all right. I actually have a member that just messaged me within Discord that says that he's not able to find the live streams for Learn Plan Profit. I'm not too sure. Again, it explains it in the course, like where to gain access to it. So I'm gonna have to message him in just a bit. But I do apologize again if you're watching, or if you're gonna watch later. But yeah, I'll explain in the course. So I'm gonna set these different alerts. All right, I'm actually gonna, just because I don't want him to get super frustrated, link is in the announcement section for LPP group chat like we post every day. All right, sorry about that, team. And I think there was someone that just, please don't direct message me if possible while I'm going live. And if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, we want to make sure that we keep it all in the live chat. So there was a call out for USO. It is catching a support, again, still showing signs of a downward pattern. We've already broken this one down though. And I set my alert here for the potential reversal of pattern. As of right now, no signs of an uptrend. There is no break of pattern. I mean, it's still consolidating. If it continues to sell off and breaks below $13, I would consider the idea, if you're already in, to start selling off some shares or to start cutting losses, as that would be a potential break of pattern and a continuous downtrend. That's why it's so important to not invest in something before the overall uptrend. You know, that's a vital part. So, yeah. Let's see what we're seeing right now. So we're seeing a potential rejection right around the EMA and the SMA and the middle VWAP. So we'll see if it catches, and I think it should catch right around $62 and then build that reversal. So I like that double bottom that it kind of did at around $62. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to be breaking down any stocks that are not put in the ticker callout format. If you guys can't follow that rule, then you know, I'm not going to break it down for you. So thank you again for using the callout format. And again, you can find this in the announcement section of the Learn Plan Profit group, just like we explained in the course. Okay, so ticker symbol AA, showing signs of a potential reversal pattern. It's still been or trading below the SMA indicator, so something that we want to take into consideration. It's doing right now a double top at around $50. I personally think that it might get rejected and get closer to this. Yeah, I think it's going to do like this kind of like resistance at around $50, and it's going to do this like bull flag pattern where it consolidates and bounces on the EMA line, and then we'll get an uptrend pattern. So I think it's going to take some time, so I don't think there's any rush to this. I would set my alerts for the break more above, like, you know, around 50-50, and just follow up with it after that, just to make sure that we're investing in something that's more actively trending up. So and again, let's not be too mean, guys. A lot of these guys might be new, and again, we have a lot of people that are very well versed with the Learn Plan Profit kind of structure and stuff like that. So, what did I just do? Oh, did I just cough? But yeah, for all those that are just new, just understand that we do have the structure and kind of this routine that we do with, like, you know, making sure that you have the call out format, making sure that you complete the entire course before you start calling certain things out. I have nothing against you guys joining the live chat or anything like that, but just make sure that, again, you asking questions that could have been easily avoided by covering the course. You know, we're all here to complete the course and then to ask questions, and we encourage you to start simulation trading and paper trading first while you're working on the course. And the course should honestly take about 2 weeks. It should take that long. You should be dedicating like 30 minutes to 20 minutes every single day, and not not like exhausting yourself. Keep it simple. Whatever it is that you learn, test the waters, and then you'll become familiar with how we do things within Learn Plan Profit. Like, don't be afraid to watch before you actually do. Watch, see how things are ran, and then, you know, we're here to assist you. So let's not be too mean to the new members, and, you know, just because you have to understand, like, it might be a learning curve, but, you know, we're here to assist you, definitely. And you can direct message either Justin and I at any time. Yes, in the past 24 hours, I probably have not been the most responsive, just due to my travels and what happened yesterday, but, you know, I will be catching up on messages pretty much all day today, so will Justin, and then the days that follow we'll be back in our normal routine. So appreciate your guys' time and support. So Junie, Ricky, I want to have your discipline. LOL. Yeah, well, my discipline lacked me today, right? With not covering profits on, you know, I think that would have been a perfect example of how I could have been like, you know, no one goes broke by covering profits, and I could have covered profits on you guys, made the $500, waited for the pullback, bought there, pushed it back up, made another $500, $600, $700, and cover the day over $1,000 profit. So, Junie, I do appreciate the compliment, but yeah. Guys, but that is it for today's live stream. I am going to be following up with what's it called? There's actually something that's going on in the Tech But Solutions main chat that I actually have to assist right now. Thank you guys again for tuning in live. I will be posting what it is that I'm watching within the next couple of minutes. I do apologize if this was a little bit more delayed, but I hope that you guys can enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to be following up in just a couple minutes after I get everything resolved within Tech But Solutions. I do apologize again for the inconvenience of me having to go back and forth, but there's just a lot of issues that we're having to work with when it comes down to Tech But Solutions. But as of right now, let's make sure that we focus on whatever is actively trending up. Let's not force any entries. And again, no one goes broke by covering profits. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Take it easy, team.